Have you ever wondered what giants look like when they rule the waves? Join us as we explore 20 epic battleships from around the world, each a testament to military might and historical significance. Commissioned in 1916, the USS Arizona symbolized American naval prowess, serving through World War I and beyond. Her fate at Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, where a catastrophe explosion caused by a bomb strike sank her, marks a poignant chapter in U.S. history. The sunken battleship remains a resting place for over 1,100 sailors, with oil still seeping from her wreckage, known as Black Tears. A memorial above her in Pearl Harbor honors these fallen heroes, making Arizona a lasting symbol of sacrifice and remembrance. Launched in 1906, HMS Dreadnought revolutionized naval warfare with its all-big gun design and unprecedented speed, rendered obsolete all prior battleships, earning the epithet of its class. Armed with 10 12-inch guns and powered by steam turbines, she reached speeds of 21 knots, faster than any battleship at her launch. Dreadnought's career was relatively uneventful in combat, her most notable engagement being the ramming of German submarine SMU-29 during World War I. Her legacy, however, initiated a global arms race and permanently altered naval architecture. As the lead ship of her class, Yamato, commissioned by the Imperial Japanese Navy, stood as one of the largest and most heavily armed battleships ever constructed. Her armor and weaponry, including 9 18.1-inch guns, were unparalleled. Yamato's service during World War II included the Battle of Lake Gulf, but her most notable mission ended tragically when she was sunk by American aircraft in 1945 during Operation Tengo. This formidable vessel symbolizes both the apex and the vulnerability of battleship-centric naval strategy. Commissioned in August 1940, the Bismarck was a pinnacle of German naval engineering, famed for her size, firepower, and armor. Her short but storied career was highlighted by the Battle of the Denmark Strait, where she destroyed HMS Hood. After being struck by a torpedo from a British biplane, her steering was compromised, leading to her being surrounded and sunk by the Royal Navy. Her dramatic end, 3 days after sinking Hood, underscores the intense pursuit and the strategic significance attached to her by the Allies. Big Mo, as she was affectionately known, was an Iowa-class battleship that served prominently in World War II and the Korean War. Missouri is historically significant as the site of Japan's unconditional surrender in Tokyo Bay in 1945, effectively ending World War II. She was reactivated for service during the Korean War and later served as a symbol of U.S. military might until her decommissioning. Preserved as a museum ship at Pearl Harbor, Missouri continues to educate and commemorate military history. If these maritime titans have captured your imagination as much as they have ours, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more incredible content. Now let's set sail and dive deeper into the video. Warspite, a Queen Elizabeth-class battleship, served with distinction in both world wars. Known as the Grand Old Lady, she earned more battle honors than any other Royal Navy ship. From the Battle of Jutland in World War I to numerous Mediterranean engagements in World War II, her resilience and firepower were legendary. Warspite's career spanned more than 3 decades, showcasing her adaptability and the evolution of naval warfare. After surviving multiple hits and severe damage, she was scrapped in 1947, marking the end of a venerable era. Known as the Big Stick, USS Iowa was the lead ship of her class, serving in World War II, the Korean War, and briefly during the Gulf War. Featuring potent armaments and sophisticated radar, Iowa was a floating fortress. She played key roles in both the Atlanta and Pacific theaters, demonstrating naval gunnery's effectiveness and versatility. Preserved as a museum ship, Iowa continues to symbolize American industrial and military might, drawing visitors and veterans alike to recount tales of her storied past. The French battleship Richelieu, a prominent member of her class, was designed in response to rising international naval competition in the 1930s. Armed with 18 15-inch guns and featuring advanced armor, Richelieu was a formidable adversary. During World War II, she initially served under the Vichy government before joining Allied forces post-1942. Richelieu's participation in operations against Axis powers in Europe and Asia highlighted her capabilities and strategic value. Post-war, she was scrapped, closing a chapter on France's naval history. Named after a decisive World War I battle, the Italian battleship Vittorio Veneto was a Littorio-class vessel, epitomizing Italian naval power during World War II. She featured cutting-edge technology and formidable firepower with 9 15-inch guns, making her a significant threat in the Mediterranean. Vittorio Veneto played crucial roles in the Battle of Cape Matapan and numerous other engagements, narrowly escaping destruction several times. Her service reflects the Italian fleet's strategic endeavors during the war, ultimately becoming a symbol of resilience and national pride. USS New Jersey, an Iowa-class battleship, served with distinction across several conflicts including World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. As America's most decorated battleship, New Jersey's firepower supported ground troops, shelled enemy positions, and intercepted threats at sea. Her versatility and enduring presence in naval operations showcased the evolving role of battleships in mid-20th century warfare. Now a museum ship, she continues to educate the public on naval history and the technological advancements of her time. HMS Queen Elizabeth was a super dreadnought that set new standards in naval armament and propulsion during World War I. Equipped with 18 15-inch guns and powered by oil instead of coal, she was faster and more efficient than her predecessors. Throughout both World Wars, Queen Elizabeth demonstrated formidable combat capabilities, from the Dardanelles campaign to naval operations in the Mediterranean. Her longevity in service, undergoing several refits and modernizations, underscores her significance in British naval history until her decommissioning in 1948. As a veteran of both World Wars, USS Texas is one of the most storied battleships in U.S. naval history. Commissioned in 1914, Texas saw action in the North Atlantic and later provided critical fire support during the Normandy landings. Her post-war role as a museum ship at San Jacinto State Historic Site allows visitors to explore naval history firsthand. Texas is notable for pioneering advancements in gunnery and fire control systems, significantly influencing future naval designs and tactics. HMS Royal Sovereign was a Revenge-class battleship serving primarily during World War I and early World War II. Known for her robust design and substantial firepower, including 8 15-inch guns, she played a strategic role in maintaining British naval supremacy. Though seeing limited combat, Royal Sovereign's presence in key naval formations deterred enemy operations. During World War II, she was lent to the Soviet Navy, underscoring Allied cooperation. Her career ended post-war, highlighting the transition from traditional battleship use to modern naval warfare strategies. Big Whiskey USS Wisconsin, an Iowa-class battleship, served prominently in World War II, the Korean War, and briefly during the Gulf War. Her powerful armaments, including 9 16-inch guns, played a crucial role in both direct combat and providing fire support for ground forces. Notably, Wisconsin's guns were the last fired by a battleship in combat during the Gulf War. Today, preserved as a museum, she exemplifies enduring naval strength and the evolution of modern warfare, drawing visitors to her rich history and technological advancements. HMS Hood, known as the Mighty Hood, was an Admiral-class battlecruiser and the pride of the Royal Navy until her tragic sinking in 1941 during the Battle of the Denmark Strait. Engaged by the German battleship Bismarck, a direct hit to her ammunition magazine caused a catastrophic explosion. Hood's loss, with only 3 survivors from a crew of 1,418, underscored the vulnerabilities of battlecruisers and had a profound impact on naval tactics and British morale during World War II. Commissioned during World War II, USS Alabama is a South Dakota-class battleship that served with distinction in both the Atlantic and Pacific theaters. Known as Lucky A, she supported major amphibious operations without suffering any combat casualties. Post-war, Alabama was transformed into a museum ship, anchored in Mobile Bay, Alabama, where she serves as a testament to American naval heritage and a memorial to the spirit and sacrifices of her crew during critical battles of the 20th century. The last battleship ever built for the Royal Navy, HMS Vanguard, served primarily in the post-World War II era, incorporating lessons learned from earlier battleship designs. Armed with 8 15-inch guns and possessing advanced radar and fire control systems, Vanguard represented the pinnacle of British battleship technology. Although she never fired her guns in anger, Vanguard played a key diplomatic and ceremonial role during her service, symbolizing Britain's enduring naval power in the mid-20th century. Big Mammy, USS Massachusetts, distinguished herself during World War II by engaging in significant naval battles across the Atlantic and Pacific. Her firepower supported Allied forces during the North African Campaign and in the Pacific Theater, directly contributing to the defeat of Axis powers. Preserved as a museum at Battleship Cove in Fall River, Massachusetts, she continues to educate the public about her storied past and the broader context of naval warfare during World War II. USS Maine, lead ship of her class, served as a pre-dreadnought battleship of the United States Navy, symbolizing early 20th century naval innovation. Commissioned in 1902, she was part of the Great White Fleet, demonstrating American naval power globally. Despite her significant presence, Maine transitioned to a training ship role during World War I, reflecting changing naval strategies. Decommissioned and scrapped following the Washington Naval Treaty, Maine's legacy underscores the evolution from coal-powered fleets to more advanced naval technologies, marking the end of an era in battleship design. As we conclude our voyage through the world's most formidable battleships, we are eager to know which ones impressed you the most. Share your favorites in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more explorations into extraordinary technology. As our journey at Giga Gear Galaxy concludes, we thank you for joining us in exploring the fascinating world of agricultural and construction machinery. If you're as passionate about these mechanical giants as we are, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us delve deeper into these industrial marvels.